Good evening, welcome back to RLH for another week, and we are in Belgium this week with the brilliant Spa-Francorchamps circuit for C4 action. And first couple of drivers already going out on track. They'll have to get a move on if they are to get 3 runs in. It's a very long lap, of course, so yeah, you want to be getting a move on. And we'll just set a few little bits of telemetry up so we can see what's happening. And we'll try and pick someone up. King of Torque is straight out onto the track. He leads out Blue in the Alfa Romeo, and then Hims in the Haas. So the Ferrari-powered cars are getting a bit of a move on, and we're starting to see a few more drivers filtering out on track now, with the likes of Joro and I believe Giraffe now out on an outlap as well. So yeah. We'll just try and catch up with a few. What's happening here? No idea. Yeah, I'll try and keep up with some of the comments and also get some standings up in just a moment for you. So we can keep up with all the action, not only on track but also in the standings. And obviously, yeah, Constructors' Championship is a bit of a big one this season as well. But King of Torque now into the final sector now. So he'll be preparing to start his first lap. And the Ferraris have shown a bit of one-lap pace throughout this season. They've not always managed to string it together in the races, so they'll be hoping to change that this evening. As King of Torque now comes round the final couple of corners, he'll be putting everything into the maximum fuel mode and setting, getting ready for the ERS and everything as well. And DRS open on the start, finish straight down into turn 1, down to second gear, and short shifting on the exit. And yeah, staying a long way to the left there, but we'll go on board as we go through Eau Rouge and over the top of the hill. All neat and tidy. DRS will open once again as we run down the Kemmel Straight towards Lake Combe. And he'll be trying to pick out his braking mark on the left-hand side, down to 4th gear. Carries a decent amount of speed in, a little bit wide on the middle part. And through the final right-hander as well. Now down into what was, it used to be known as Rivage. My knowledge is a little bit out of date. And yeah, through the no-name corner. Up to 6th gear, 7th, 8th, through Pouon now, down to 7th, hanging it out. Back up to top gear once again now, approaching the Fagnes chicane. Not quite getting the nose in, a little bit late apex there. Up to 5th gear, not using all of the curb on the exit. And he's completely missed the apex at the first part of Stavelot. Now into the final part of the lap. We've got yellow flags just as drivers slow to begin their laps. But through Blanchemont now then, it's yeah, pretty much just waiting for something to happen. And what is going to happen is the bus stop chicane is going to be approaching very soon. And he's looking for just after the 100 metre board. Down to second gear, a little bit of a lock-up, just ran a little bit wide, so a bit of a scruffy lap, just keeps it on the track to not invalidate there. And he goes, of course, to the top of the pile so far on a 43.8. Blues return to the pits. Who have we got coming across the line next? It's Hims. And he'll come across the line. What's it going to be? It's in the 42s by the looks of things. 42.6 for the Haas driver. Puts him to the top. Nika is completing an outlap. We've got Giaro, I think, coming across the line. And a 42.7 for him. Everyone out there on the soft tyres, you see. As Giraffe goes, well, briefly goes third on a 43.3. The entity tops him on a 42.9, and those two have been pretty close in the last few races, so they'll be looking to continue that fight there. Who have we got coming around the last couple of corners? A Multi, I think, through the final chicane. What can he manage? Coming across the line, not the best start to qualifying for him. Maybe just getting his eye in, and it's a 44.1. We made a little bit of a mistake in there somewhere as well. I'm sure there's more to come from Multi. Who else have we got? Frenzy has invalidated. We've got Phil coming round now as we just catch everyone finishing the laps. Phil goes across the line. It's a 43.6 P5 so far. Frenzy invalidated, yeah. And we've got one of the Alpha Tauris. That's Evil Master, no Castle. I think we were expecting him, as Wazza's lost it out of Rivage by the looks of things, and is out of the session. So he'll start, well, probably dead last at the moment, providing no one else does the same thing. Evil Master has gone into P2 on a 42.7. Someone else has gone in there as well. Mikey in the other Renault, 43.1, puts him P5. Who have we got coming around? King of Talk into the pits. Nika was on an outlap a minute ago, wasn't he? He's invalidated by the looks of things as well. So a few drivers not quite getting a lap in at the first attempt. And we'll just see. Yeah, no comments from Wazza. So yeah, it looks like he just dropped it on the exit of the right-hander at Rivage. Very easily done. There's a big curb on the exit that if you get too greedy on the throttle, you'll be in the wall on the right-hand side. But yeah, interesting that we haven't got Kessel, who is right up there in the championship, if not the championship leader at the moment. I think we were expecting him, so maybe a little bit of a emergency absence. We'll get the standings up now as we have a little bit of a lull in the on-track action, and we'll find someone on an outlet while we're at it. So Cryptox in the second of the Williams. But yeah, Kessel, your championship leader after 5 rounds, I believe, on 142 points. He's had 2 wins. The winner last time out, of course. Was he winner last time out? No, I'm thinking of Austria. Who won the last race? I can tell you that pretty soon. There's no risk of us being professional here. He did win the last time out in France, actually. Austria, he handed the lead to Evil Master, didn't he, his teammate, for his first win of the season. So, just going back to the standings, we've, yeah, Evil Master with a good chance of taking the championship lead this evening. Wazza is third on 106 points. He's done himself no great favours so far with that crash on his first attempt, but he will be able to start, of course, on a free choice of tyres as Cryptox comes around now to start his qualifying lap. He'll be looking to just get a little, probably take it a little bit easier, get a time on the board this on this attempt. Phil on 98 points, just ahead of his teammate in the other McLaren, Nika, on 90 points. They'll both be looking for a good score tonight. And then you've got sort of a little bit of a gap to the likes of Giraffe, Mikey, Multi, LaRue, Adidas, F1 Lover. So yeah, for the sort of 7th to 13th, 14th, it's still very much all to play for, especially with the new point system this season, as Cryptox comes to the end of the first sector. So no major dramas for him so far. All looks pretty neat and tidy through Lecombe. He's got his team. Oh, he's just ran a little bit too wide. He's invalidated again. His teammate Multi behind him on an outlap, so no danger of getting in the way there. We've got the other Haas of Adidas, and he's got a McLaren right behind him on an outlap, which is Phil. So yeah, hopefully stays out of the way, but the fact that he's holding with Adidas makes you wonder whether the Haas is giving it everything. Seems to have been clipping there on the energy. It's a bit of a strange one. But we'll try and pick up a time from him as he comes through, taking a bit of an unusual line there on the entry to the Fanya chicane. Don't think we've got anyone coming across the line with times. We've got just starting laps, so we'll stick with Adidas through the final sector. He's a long way off the pace by that delta, if that's correct. And yeah, as we say, the fact that Phil's sticking with him on an outlap sort of yeah, looks that way, doesn't it? Who have we now got on a lap then? We've got Blue going a little bit faster. He's P4 so far in the Sol Alfa Romeo. 10th and a bit up. As he comes now through the middle sector, this is where the time can really be made up in the slightly more twisty middle sector. It's still very high speed, and you can see just a little bit of a wobble there through the middle of Puan. Decent line through Fanya, got it hooked up on that inside curb nicely. All very neat and tidy. No wild moments really, and he's lost just a little bit as he runs right out to the edge of the track. And yeah, as we said before, just sit and wait now for the final chicane. Blanchemont is a pretty nothing corner. Oh, that was the commentator's curse, wasn't it? Just clip that inside curb, and hopefully no one coming, so he'll return to the pits. Luckily gets away with that, and he'll get another run. So yeah, that couldn't have been a worse moment for that particular bit of commentary. Hopefully stays out of the way of Giraffe, who's coming through the final couple of corners. Completes the lap, and he's going to come across the line with, what is it going to be, a 42.8, puts him P4 so far. And we'll try and find Nicker's coming across the line. Is he on a lap? He is, but it's only a 44.4. Nothing special so far. I wonder if he's trying to just get a lap on the board and start somewhere around 11th or 12th position. Phil is in that sort of no man's land of P9 at the moment, where he'll not get a great grid spot as he drops to P10 actually. Who was that going across the line? Did Multi go quicker? I think he did on a 43.2. Yeah, Phil in that zone at the minute where he's going to have to start on old tyres as he pits. Invalidated that lap by the looks of things. But yeah, I'll be hoping that someone, either he can improve quite a lot, or someone improves out of the four behind him that are still active on track, and he can line up with a fresh set of tyres. Frenzy coming through the final corner, looks to have been validated again by that. Cryptox is just coming out for another outlap with 5.5 minutes remaining. Joro is on his way back to the pits. We've got Evil Master pretty much matching his first sector time. As we've said, the time really is made up through that middle sector. And yeah, in terms of constructors' points, AlphaTauri, they may only have one car this evening, but they are a long way clear in the constructors, 277 points to McLaren's 188. McLaren with a big score tonight could put a little bit of a dent in that. Renault hanging on in P3 with 157. Mercedes 133, just Jaro out there this evening. And who else do we have? Red Bull, a bit of a fight for fifth then, with Red Bull on 75, Williams 74. Both have two drivers out there, of course, tonight as well. And then, yeah, again, a little bit of a gap to Haas, Racing Point, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari battle, which closes out the standings. We'll go back to the stream and just tie in, see if we've got any predictions or any comments there. We've got "oh no" from Wazza. That pretty much sums it up, really. As Evil Master comes across the line, just misses out. It's a 42.333. So, yeah, there's definitely got a chance of toppling Jaro. Has he got any tyres left? He should just about have time to get back to the pits and back out again. And who can we find on a lap? Frenzy, I think, is pitting. Yeah, we've got Cryptox on an out lap. And beyond that, we've got only a couple of other cars on track. So this is sort of the quiet zone before the final runs, as they all sort of try and get out last on track for that last bit of evolution. So Cryptox will stick with him for this lap then. Up through Eau Rouge, over the top of the hill, pops up onto the Camel Straight. DRS open, clipping a little bit of grass. And what's the time going to be as he cuts it? We don't get it, Delta. Of course, he's not set a time yet. So, really, just needs to get something on the board. He will, at the moment, if he gets anything on the board, gain 2 positions. With Wazza being out and Frenzy still not managing to string a lap together. But Cryptox now through the exit of Rivage. Not using all of the curb on the exit, but lining himself up now for Puon. Going to stay off that inside curb. All looks very nice through there. If not not using all of the track available, it's yeah, it looks a decent banker lap for Cryptox here, which is what he needs at the moment. Coming through the exit of the second sector now. Runs it out onto the curb, and now just trying to take the shortest line, scrub off at as little speed as possible, and not make a mess of Blanchimont, as we saw Blue in the Alfa Romeo earlier. And then it's just picking out your braking point for the final chicane. Coming through. Right, left. Tricky little left-hander. Easy to spin up the rear tyres, but he goes across the line. It's a solid lap with a 43.277, putting him P9. We've got good luck, old Mikey, don't spin on the straights. Straights don't tend to be the issue for the Renault boys. It tends to be when they come across a corner, it all goes pretty wrong, but Mikey doing alright so far up there in P7. As, yeah, now you see almost the entire field on their outlaps and preparing themselves with a minute and a half remaining. They'll all want to be sort of last over the line, and they might even be wanting to sneak a bit of a toe off one of the cars ahead of them. Who have we got? We've got Nika is one of the first onto a lap. I think we've got the Entity just ahead of him as well, as Frenzy's had enough. Probably run out of tyres. And actually it has definitely run out of time to get around. So Nika then, what's it going to be as he comes to the end of the Kemmel Straight? What are we going to see on that time? Is he going to be up? He's pretty much matched it dead for his previous time. Who else can we try and pick up first sector times for? Mikey is a little bit down. We've got Blue there, is a 10th up, so he could perhaps put himself into P3 at the moment. We've got Phil, we'll try and... Oh, Phil's a long way up, third of a second up in that second McLaren. Actually, the lead McLaren at the moment. And who else have we got? King of Torque is about 3/10 up as well. And we'll just try and pick up, I believe it's Giraffe coming. He's a long way up by the looks of things, is he? No, it just cycles over and he's about a half a tenth up. Oh, we've lost Blue. Where's that? Oh, that's Puon. So he's lost it through, yeah, he's lost it through the quickest corner on the track, and now the second quickest corner on the track as well. We'll try and pick up, where's Mikey, as Cryptox has had enough as well. Mikey coming through the second sector time, is invalidated. And where is Phil? That's wide as well. That's going to lose him the lap. Nika coming through the final corner has not invalidated and is going quite a bit quicker. Oh, a little bit of a moment there on traction. What's it going to be across the line? P7 for now. But I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Mikey and Phil have both lost their laps and won't get another in. So we now look back to King of Torque, who's also invalidated. What about Giraffe? Can he come through? He's going pretty quick at the moment. This could even be a push for pole for the Red Bull driver. Definitely a good middle sector. Got out of the way of the Ferrari pretty cleanly as well, as we just picked him up there. Now he's just picking out the braking point for the final chicane. If it's all neat and tidy, he's going to put himself a long way up the grid. All looks good. What's it going to be as he crosses the line? Is it pole? It is a 42.1 at the moment. Where's Joro though? Is he going quicker? He is. I think, was that the Entity coming across the line? Finishes, yeah, it stays P4, I think. And Multi as well, P7. So it's all pretty much over, apart from Joro, who might just sneak pole back at the last moment here through the final corner. He comes. Is he in the 41s? He is. A 41.9. 3/10 quicker. Puts him on provisional pole. Only Hims can deny him, and he's a long way off the track there. What about Adidas through the final corner? He's invalidated as well. So I think that's pretty much job done for qualifying. Jaro takes pole position from an excellent lap there late on in the session from Giraffe. Puts Red Bull in a good position. Evil Master only P3. The Entity, Hims, Blue, Multi, Nika, Mikey and Cryptox round out your top 10. Blue, I sort of bottled poo on. Yeah, that. Yeah, we got that one. Yeah, Blanchon as well was. We'll probably take responsibility for that one. yeah, saying it was a pretty nothing corner, and the next we look back and he's backwards through there. So yeah, just what are we waiting for here? We've got Hims coming through. Oh, he's got damage, so he's been, yeah, he took a little bit more of a detour than we first thought by the looks of things. Probably actually why he ran so wide at Pouin as we picked him up, but that should now be, as he returns to the pits, the end of qualifying, and it will not be too long before we take to the grid. So, just bear with us 1 second. A little bit of technical difficulty. Yeah, him's hopefully returning to the pits. Well, he's in the pits, but hopefully it cycles over. We've run out of time anyway, so there we go. Confirmation of your results then, as we've just given you, and we'll take a short break as the drivers pick their strategies for the race, and we'll be back with you in just a moment. So back with you then, and I'm sure you've noticed, A, it's raining, and B, we're having a little bit of technical trouble, so we'll just await the coordination team to yeah, catch up and see what's happening, and I'm sure they'll be with us in the not too distant future. But yeah, try and give it a second, see if it sorts itself, but it definitely seems like we're going to have to go back to the lobby and set up the grid, which is obviously a shame. But yeah, unfortunately, there's not much we can do about it, and yeah, it is a bit of a frequent issue, unfortunately. Just awaiting Morty now. He's typing, so I'm sure he'll let us know. In the meantime, yeah, hopefully stick with us, and we'll get underway as quick as possible. Okay, yeah, so we're going to have to go back to the lobby, so just bear with us. As I think we'll see everyone leaving. But, we will probably call it a day here, and we'll be back live in just a few moments. So be sure to come back and join us, and yeah, see you in a minute.